DPW is saying I'm a scary cat.
Look out the window.
Fuck you, Enderman! Fuck you!
Oh my god! Scared the hell out of me, bro! I killed both of them!
Get out of here. Get out of here. You don't belong in this world, monster.
Her composure's just... She has no composure, though. Oh shit.
Every 100 years, the forces of good mysteriously start to weaken. Thus, the power of Dracula starts to revive itself. His power grows stronger and stronger every 100 years. Dracula has revived many times. However, his sinister actions have been constantly thwarted by the Belmont family. It's been 100 years since the last confrontation between Dracula and the Belmont family, but now the serenity of Transylvania is being threatened by destructive forces. In a dark and eerie night, Dracula rose from his grave to unleash his destructive power over the countryside. Once again, Simon Belmont is called upon to destroy Dracula with only his wit and courage. He sets out to restore peace to Transylvania. And with that, welcome everyone to my brand new playthrough, hosted by yours truly, Mr. resurrected. And man oh man, this game, one of my all-time favorite games of all time. There's no need for an introduction. It's none other than Super Castlevania 4 for the Super Nintendo. Yes, my all-time favorite Castlevania game. Yes. Not my first Castlevania game. No, my first Castlevania game was actually Castlevania 64. And pretty much when my cousin saw me playing Castlevania 64, he just looked at it like, this game looks boring and everything like that. And this is that was my first Castlevania game. I thought it was actually really cool and everything like that. But I remember my cousin pulled out his Super Nintendo, and then he pretty much pulled out his copy of Super Castlevania 4. And he's like, try this out. And I was trying it out and like, yeah, you know what? This game is actually better than Castlevania 64 and everything like that. Even though I was a kid though, like I was like, oh, I still have a soft spot. I still like Castlevania 64, but as an adult now I think about it like, yeah, Castlevania 64 wasn't the greatest, but you know, freaking thankfully my cousin saved me, and you know, ever since playing Castlevania 4 I've just been hooked on this game, dude. Like, man, oh man, this game, and I could probably speak for many other Castlevania fans, is definitely my all-time favorite in the series and everything like that. This game isn't a direct sequel to Castlevania 3 and everything like that. It's pretty much a reboot of the first Castlevania game, like a retelling of the first Castlevania game, with some elements of pretty much, you know, Castlevania 3 in there and stuff. You take control of the legendary vampire killer known as Simon Belmont and stuff, and man, oh man, dude, I just gotta say, whoever thought of the idea of using the vampire killer and whipping it in all directions is a genius, because man, like, it is such a great thing that they did this, you know, because for those who've played the original Castlevania games know the struggle of just having the freaking whip like go in one direction, rather in this game it goes everywhere. Like, you could pretty much get very creative when it comes to it and everything like that. So yeah, not only that, but pretty much when using the vampire killer, you could pretty much like do this little janky movement and everything like that. A lot of people didn't think like, what is this purpose? What is that purpose for and everything? I could show you what the purpose is, that, you know, just flanking the vampire killer around and everything like that. I could show you what it could be used for, and I'll show you definitely in this playthrough and stuff. But man, like, oh my god, I just love this game so much, dude. And I was like, dude, ever since, you know, I've played Castlevania 3, I was like, dude, I gotta play Super Castlevania 4. And I was originally gonna do this for my old collab channel, Meister Gaming, and everything like that, but for, I guess, you know, not really a whole lot of people were uploading and everything like that. So, you know, I kind of just was like, I'll just save this for some other time and stuff. And, you know, like, for some odd reason, every single time it hits October, I'm always in that Castlevania mood and everything like that. I'll play the games. You know, I'm mostly going back to playing Super Castlevania 4. I'll watch the anime and everything like that. And if I beat Super Castlevania 4, I'll just go straight to Rondo of Blood, or I guess now they released another Castlevania collection, and you know, we got now Dracula X and everything. And trust me, you know, probably next year's October, I'll definitely do either Rondo or Dracula X. I don't know, it just really depends on which ones I feel and stuff like that. So yeah, but man, you guys already see me express my love for Castlevania. There's no need for that introduction. Castlevania is just a really awesome game series. Love the music, love the characters and everything like that and stuff. And man, I just like was really happy when, you know, the anime released and everything like that. Like, dude, the anime is just so great. I can't wait for the new spin-off. I think it was called Castlevania Nocturne. That's based off of Richter Belmont, which is pretty much the Belmont from Rondo of Blood and Dracula X and everything like that. And of course, Symphony of the Night as well, which is also another favorite of mine in the series and stuff. And that's the thing, a lot of people like say Symphony of the Night is, you know, their favorite in the series and everything like that. Like, I could see it, but, you know, yeah, you know, Symphony of the Night definitely for me is like it's pretty much like a top two. Top one, my favorite all time is definitely this game and everything like that. I just think, like, ever since, you know, Symphony of the Night, Konami just pretty much ignored the old style Castlevania and just made every single Castlevania into pretty much a Metroidvania game and everything, which, you know, I kind of like, you know, don't get me wrong, you know, I love that, you know, Metroidvania style and everything like that, but for me is just like, I just miss the old style, like this style. Like, I just love it. Like, you know, I miss that. And I just really hope that, you know, there is rumors about Konami bringing, you know, reviving the Castlevania series. And I just really hope if that time comes that, you know, they'll go back to this old style rather than just having another Metroidvania game, or, you know, pretty much like a 3D game like Lord of Darkness was and everything. And oh my god, Lord of Darkness was something else and everything like that. But anyway, you're facing off against the first boss. Not that hard, really easy. Yeah, you see, I see. That's one way you could pretty much use it, is to just pretty much taunt the boss. So yeah. Anyway, grab the orb, restore your health. Don't know why the purpose of that, but hey, it's cool and everything like that. So yeah. And whenever I do these Castlevania playthroughs, I always talk about the music. Super Castlevania 4 has a pretty interesting soundtrack. Every song in this game just sounds very like calming, eerie. Just really depends on the stage you're in and everything like that. It pretty much fits the mood, and this one definitely, out of all the other Castlevania games, kind of is just, you start to feel more of like the horror aspect of Castlevania, pretty much, of what it's attended to and everything like that. So yeah, like this dark, eerie, you know, style that it has. And man, dude, like, it is just great that, you know, there's the super, like, you know, how great the style of the Super Nintendo, like, you know, the quality of the Super Nintendo graphics make it out. How do I say this? You know, like the update. Anyway, I just love this. I just love how it looks. I love how, you know, like the stages look. I love how, you know, the enemies look and everything like that. And, you know, it's just really like, wow, dude. Like, this definitely is the ultimate, you know, Castlevania game. Like, this is the best, in my opinion, the best, and stuff, in terms of, you know, the old style of Castlevania. So yeah. But other than that, tell me which is your guys' favorite Castlevania. Let me know in the comments. I really want to see, you know, because there's always been just a debate of which one is the best. Is it this one? Is it Symphony of the Night, or is it Rondo of Blood? And stuff. That's always been like the three games that, you know, I've always been in the conversation and stuff. And I just tell people, like, you know, I tell people that want to get into the series, I tell them to just skip over the first three and just go straight to 4, because 4 is just a reboot. It's not a sequel. It's not a direct sequel. It's just a reboot of the first one, the retelling, you know, of pretty much the first one and everything like that. Different stages and everything. And I was just like, man, I was really hoping, you know, they kind of like, you know, remade Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. And that's one game I need to get to. I know I skipped it over and stuff, but I mean, you can't really blame me, because it's like, this game is a reboot, not a direct sequel. So maybe after this, next year, I'll get to Simon's Quest. I don't know. I've only played Simon Quest for a little bit. Ever since then, I don't know. Like, it's just a game I kind of like skip over, because I don't know. It's just like, it has RPG elements pretty much. There are certain things you have to do, and, you know, I definitely need to kind of like see a playthrough of it before I even get to it and everything like that. You know, my first playthrough, I'll definitely just play on my own. And we'll see how it goes. You know, maybe eventually hopefully one of these days, you know, I'll get to Simon's Quest, because that's one game I just don't want to skip over at all. You know, I don't want to skip it over. But right now it's just, you know, me playing pretty much the games I'm more comfortable with and stuff. So yeah. But yeah, here we're facing off against Medusa. Also not another. Yeah, it's a really easy boss and everything like that. Not that hard. Not that hard. And stuff. So yeah, also be careful. I definitely recommend, if I could actually find it, which is the axe. Here we are. All right, yeah, the axe, because there's these little flying, like, yeah, those guys right there. yeah, be careful with those guys. They're not that hard, you know. One hit with the axe and they're gone. Oh God, you see, they hit me. Never mind. Anyway, invincibility. Let's go. Yeah, the jar right there, that's the invincibility and everything like that. What also makes Super Castlevania 4 interesting as well is that the candles now hold little drumsticks to replenish your health. No longer do you have to pretty much hit a wall to try to get a pork chop and everything like that, and stuff, or wall turkey, whatever you want to call it. And like that's one conversation, you know, kind of like, you know, what did he call it? Wall turkey, freaking pork chop. In the manual of the original Castlevania, it says it's considered a pork chop and everything like that. So that's what I've just been calling it as, because it's like, if that's how, you know, Konami wants us to call it, then I'll call it a pork chop and everything if the manual says so. So yeah, and stuff. But yeah, now they leave out little drumsticks in the candles, pretty much, and that's actually cool. Like, I really do like that. It makes it a lot easier, you know, for like newcomers who want to be introduced to the series that don't want to play the first 3 games, because obviously, yeah, those games were pretty much, you know, the games that were very hard. One of the hardest games in the NES library and everything. I honestly don't have any problems. One thing for this stage, you see these little water droplets dropping down. I've seen a lot of people try to avoid them, but I'm showing you guys off right now. They don't do anything. No, they're just there for show, which I think is actually really cool, actually. Like, but I every single playthrough I always see some like people just just stay there and avoid them. I'm just like, dude, they don't do anything, just go. Trust me, I've kind of done that for a while now. I think I think it was probably once the collection came out, the anniversary collection, when the anniversary collection came out, I was all like, let me see. And then, like, as soon as I reached the stage, like, let me see. Like, okay, they didn't do nothing. So I've just this whole time I speculated that, oh, you know, they actually, you know, do damage and everything, but no, they don't. So just showing it off, because I've been seeing people's playthroughs of that, trying to avoid them and everything. Like, they don't do anything. But there is a stage that has kind of like that same thing where it actually does damage, and I'll definitely show it off and everything. But if you actually come over here, oh no, whoa, okay, I didn't know you could take damage off of that. That is weird. Anyway, here's like a little secret room over here. Pretty much gather up some money bags, some hearts and everything. Here's like a turkey right there. Yeah, you see? There's no wall turkey. That was all candle. And I love that. Like, I love that they did that and everything. And it just really sucks that this is the only... I could have sworn maybe Bloodlines had it, but pretty much this is the only Castlevania game where you could pretty much whip in all directions. And it really baffles me that this is the only Castlevania game that has that. Rather, and then like in the next Castlevania games, they just kind of go back to like the, you know, vampire killer whipping in just one direction. Like, I'm just like really baffled. Like, why didn't they go back to that? I guess they just wanted to go back to it being hard. They don't want to make it easy for, you know, casual players or people who are, you know, wanting to, you know, try something new or anything like that and stuff. I don't know what it is. Like, honestly, like, oh man, I definitely missed it. And I wish they kind of brought it over to the other Castlevania games, because man, the whipping in all directions was a very handy tool, and it just sucks that they no longer do that, and everything, which really sucks. Honestly, it really does. And anyway, oh man, oh well, you know what I mean. Hopefully, if they go back to the old style, hopefully, you know, they bring this back. Hopefully, because man, I definitely missed it. Also, there's these little like hook things where you could pretty much grapple on with the vampire killer, which is also cool. Like, I'm like, dude, that is awesome. Makes you feel like Batman with the grappling hook and everything like that. Like, honestly, I'm just like, oh my god, this game's so cool, dude. Like, all these mechanics that it has and everything. Like, oh my god, it makes you fall in love with this game, dude. Like, it really does. Like, it's just really, really nice, dude. Look at that. Wee! Wee! Oh, man. That is great. Oh, freaking. Dude. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, no! Well, I missed that one, but, alright, guys, we're back. Alright. There we go. Alright. Oh, man. Alright, that was very clumsy of me. Be very careful with that part. Oh, buddy. Anyway. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, like, man. What honestly, like, I just wish they carried this over to either, like, Rondo of Blood or pretty much Dracula X, dude. Like, they're, like, oh my god, dude. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why they, you know, didn't have this on the other Castlevania games. I could have sworn, I don't know, because I hardly ever played Bloodlines. I don't know if Bloodlines had that where you could whip at least like diagonally or something. I don't remember. Like, I could have sworn when I was playing it, when the collection came out, I could have sworn they had that or something like that. Like, I don't know. I could be wrong, and stuff. And that's one game too also I need to get to was Bloodlines, because that's one game that I've been wanting to play, but you know, I've only played a little bit of it and everything like that. But I don't know. I just really haven't. Just really, you know, been interested in like other games and everything like that rather than and stuff. So yeah. But anyway, here we are in pretty much the next area. Be careful, don't fall in the water, because that's instant death right there. And everything. There's gonna be these little like these long neck snake thingies and everything. Be careful with those. And this part right here, there's gonna be these like little creatures of the Black Lagoon type creatures coming out of the water trying to squirt water at you and everything. And if you get hit, and that's the thing with Castlevania 2, it's like as soon as you get hit by an enemy, you get knocked back. So there is knockback in the Castlevania game, so be careful when getting hit by these guys, because they will knock you out of the platform and pretty much you will fall to your death and stuff. So that's something you really want to be careful with. Trust me, like when it comes to Castlevania games, there's no checkpoint. Well, there is a checkpoint, but it's only like in certain areas and everything like that. But if you do die, you know, if you do get kind of like a game over, you pretty much got to start all over from the beginning of the freaking level and stuff like that. But there is infinite continues, which is pretty much the interesting part about the cool part about Castlevania games. Like, they know it's hard, so they're giving it the players the ability to have infinite continues, which is really good. And yeah, you see, I told you, dangling the whip, you know, hard to reach places, you just kind of like flick it to the ring, flick it to this bat ring where you grapple and everything like that. Oh man, alright, we're pretty much at the final area now, and after this we'll pretty much reach the boss, which honestly, the boss in this one is actually pretty, not that tough, but we'll see when we see. But also, big part about Castlevania is there is a lot of climbing and everything. Super advanced, like, even though Castlevania 3 had a lot of it, Super Castlevania 4 doesn't really have that much of it and everything like that. I think there's like certain levels that do have it and everything, but not as much as Castlevania 3. For some reason, Castlevania 3 loves stairs. Like, they love their players to climb, just about to have the ability to climb and everything like that and stuff, and climb stairs and stuff. But this one only has a little handful of it, and I freaking hate these birds. They're attacking me. Oh my god, dude, I'm almost dead. Hopefully I could find like at least like a wall turkey somewhere. And but it's cool though, because it's like, you know, whipping up kind of helps you and everything. Oh, okay. Well, that's a little drumstick. Still, it's a little helpful. Hopeful for when you reach the boss over here, which I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay. This is is this the part where we reach the boss? No. I think it's like we're almost there. We're right here. Alright, cool. So, Careful not to fall in the water. I suggest going on this platform and everything. And thus, we are going to fight against the Hydra. Yes. Be very careful. I do recommend having either the crucifix or the dagger and everything. And just pretty much throw at them. And be careful with the projectiles that, you know, they pretty much spit out and everything. I think once it's halfway, one of the heads will die. It's almost there. Like, I think it's... Woo! Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, I think it's when it's bars like 3. There we go. Not that hard. Always easy. But anyway, guys, that will do it for the first part of Super Castlevania 4. This has been mrespnozax saying good night, good morning, good day. We're retiring as they're watching this video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Alright, everyone. Bye.